Hi guys, I'm Steex, audio video production. Today I'm gonna show you the SD-1 dynamic microphone from Universal Audio. Before start the test of this microphone, let me say thanks to my lovely members. The Dream State Collective and Jos Michael Martin became member. So thank you so much for the support. And also if you want more, so guitar presets, DAW templates, really high quality recording the test that I'm doing also right now will be available if you join my YouTube channel. You can also suggest me more video dedicated for you for tip and tricks, whatever, so I can prepare video dedicated for your suggestions. So you have the join button down below. And if you also like this video, you can send super thanks. This will help me to grow with more high quality contents. So as you can see here, I have two microphones instead of only one microphone because I want to compare the SD-1 microphone from Universal Audio, this in white color, to the my reference microphone. So this is the Lowtone Audio 𝙤𝙤𝙚𝙯. Two completely different microphones considering the price and considering the build construction and the purpose of the use. So in my opinion, the Universal Audio is more for vocals. So it's really similar, as you can see, to the SM7B from Shure. But really similar, guys. I think here design zero because Universal Audio basically didn't invent anything here. They are copying design from Shure SM7. I'm not related to any brand. Also Lowtone Audio, I'm not related to Lowtone Audio. I've heard this Lowtone Audio because I think it's one of the most interesting microphone for vocals, and this is my microphone for vocals of every single video that you can see in my channel since 1 year, I guess. Maybe more than 1 year, but because I think it's really a great microphone. Right now you are listening my voice from the SD-1 from Universal Audio, and is processed with some compression on an equalizer and a limiter only to preserve the dynamic to not clip the sound, okay? So let's talk about the design. As I already told you, I think the design is really copied to the Shure SM7B. Guys, is really the same. And also, if you can see inside, basically, here, I don't know if you can see. So taking away the widescreen, this is not a pop filter, is a widescreen. So there is no any pop filter built in, I think. Here there is pop filter built in because seeing the mesh here is really thin, and inside there is another mesh for the pop filter. Here is only a grill. Really basic to preserve the capsule, and I think it's really the same construction of the SM7B from Shure. I don't have here the real one as Shure the Shure SM7B, but I compare to this one because I think it's also better, this one. So design copied, really great design, really minimal but copied. Really great construction, is all in metal. I really like also their shock mount, built-in shock mount. It's really for podcast, as you can see. Also the design is also for podcast primarily, and in my opinion also more toward the vocals than to other instruments, because the overall frequencies response, I think it's much more focused on the vocals. There is some, let me say, some muddy notes on the upper mids, and you have also the switch behind here, so you can make a cut on the bass with low shelf basically, and the most important thing, you can have a boost around the 3 kHz and 5 kHz, and these are the kilohertz for the vocals mainly. But in my opinion, when I try this, and I'll try right now in a moment, I think there are too much of these frequencies that sounds really nasal, in my opinion, so I don't like to use that switch. But now let me grab my headphone, these amazing headphone from Head, so I can listen. So as you can see here, I have my Studio One project. As you can see, I have two different tracks. The first one is the Universal Audio SD-1, which is this one. If I talk really close to this microphone, this is the voice processed with my compressor. As you can see, here is API compressor that is working really hard because I'm really close. But if I talk, let me adjust here, let me say 15 centimeter, I think it sounds really good, basically with -6 dB of peak reduction. Okay, then I have here equalizer, and as you can see, I am boosting just a bit the bass because I like much more the sounds of the vocals with bass. I'm cutting some here on the lower mid frequencies, and I'm boosting some of the top ends because this microphone sounds really too much muddy in my opinion. So I like to boost just a bit the high frequencies. Let me show you now the sound of this microphone without any post-processing. So really stock. Let's bypass, and this is the sound of the microphone. As you can listen, the sound is pretty balanced, but I think it sounds just a bit boxy. Okay, let me go really close, and as you can listen, it sounds really mid-focus in my opinion. It's not really flat. And I think there is some lack on the bass response, even if you have the cut. I really don't have any need to cut the bass because I think there are not so much bass here. And even if I talk really close, I think maybe it's my voice, is not so deep voice, but when I use this microphone, I get a lot of bass. Let me switch now to the low-tone audio. So this is the sound of the low-tone audio without any post-processing. As you can listen, is much more clear. Okay, again, different microphone, different price range, of course. But as you can listen, also the S maybe too much pronounced. I really like how it's clear, the sound. Again, this is instead the SD-1. So for this reason, I think it's much more for vocals, towards the vocals, because I think here there are some process inside to emphasize some mids. But personally, I don't like so much this flat response that is not so flat. Again, let me switch to the low-tone audio. This is the sound of the low-tone audio without any post-processing. And let me say, as you can see also the amount, the volume that I'm talking, as you can see, this is my low-tone audio here. I'm -12 dB. With my SD-1, again, I'm -12 dB. So the two microphones have the same amount of preamp, is +50 dB of preamp. So you need a good audio interface and a good preamp in the audio interface. And overall, as you can listen, the overall volume is different. The same amount of audio that I'm basically sending to my PreSonus and my Studio One that I'm recording, but the low-tone audio S208 sounds clearer and sounds also louder, in my opinion, as you can listen. Switching again to the Universal Audio, here is the sound of the Universal Audio. As you can listen, it's much more muddy. Okay, so let me show you now the switches. It's also in a placement very difficult to achieve. At least you have to turn around. Okay, so right now I have the switch of the 3.5 kHz on, and as you can listen, I think it sounds too much nasal, in my opinion, too much. Let me lower again. Let me find. Are really tiny and really sturdy. Okay, now is without the switch. I think it's much more pleasant to listen now, because with too much emphasis on the 3.5 kHz, I think it's too nasal, the sound. And again, let's switch to the low-tone audio. This is the sound of the low-tone audio again. really louder compared to the SD-1. I don't know why. Again, is not a comparison between the two microphones, because I know that these two microphones are in completely different price range. But I'm using this microphone only as a reference to understand the sound of the SD-1, okay? Now, let's engage the post-processing. So here again with the SD-1, let me stay maybe here 15 centimeters away. Let's engage the compressor. So let's add the compressor. As you can listen now, the compressor is working. So now if I go really close to the capsule, there is not so much difference in volume because the compressor is working really well. So going far from the capsule, again I have some vocals. Without the compressor, there is so much difference in volume if I go really close to the capsule. With the compressor, no more. So now it's working really well. Let me also engage the Pro EQ. Now with Pro EQ, this is the sound that I think it's sound better with this microphone. As you can listen, there is much more bass here. Again, without the Pro EQ, it sounds too much muddy, in my opinion. As you can listen, too much focus on the mids. With the Pro EQ, I think with these frequencies lower and also the top end, above the 5 kHz here, I think it works better. So this is the sound of the voice through the SD-1 from Universal Audio with post-processing. Now let's switch to the reference. This is the sound of my low tone audio without any post-processing, engaging the API compressor and engaging my post-processing, the Pro EQ. As you can listen, is basically the same but different in bass. And let me engage also the limiter to stay safe. Okay, so this is the sound of my low tone audio with post-processing, while this is the sound of the SD-1 with post-processing. I think now this sounds really good and with this post-processing. I also tested this microphone on guitars and I think it sounds really good. Let's listen how it sounds on guitars. Okay, so in my opinion, a great microphone if processed. Without any post-processing, I think it sounds too much muddy, but I think it sounds really, really good on guitars. I think the microphone is more towards the vocals with these switches, as you can see, the 3 and 5 kilohertz. And considering also the price, the Loughton Audio is an overall microphone for really loud instrument, for snare, for recording in a really loud situation, because it has a really great rejection. And about rejection, let's test the rejection of this microphone. So let me test the rejection without any post-processing. So this is the sound without any post-processing. Let me talk. Now I'm talking on the side, again, toward the capsule. Now, let's compare the rejection with the Loughton Audio, okay? This is the sound of the Loughton Audio without any post-processing, close to the microphone, close to the capsule. Now I'm going to the side, talk. As you can listen, I can hear just a bit of top hand. Talk. But this is really, really loud, so I think that the rejection power is higher here compared to the SD-1. Again, I'm talking to the SD-1 without any post-processing on the capsule. From the side, talking. Again, near the capsule. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please send a super thanks so you can help me to grow this channel with always better content for you. And if you want to support more this channel, you have the join button link down below, so you can join my YouTube channel, becoming a member and getting great benefits: guitar presets, impulse response, DAW templates, all the high quality recording. Also the recording that I'm doing today here for you will be available for the download in high quality, so without the compression of YouTube. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.